In 2025, it feels like you can get cancelled for anything. Now let's not beat around the bush. Woke culture has become more popular than ever. And look, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but some of our favourite childhood movies have been absolutely ruined by this. It turns out some movies have sparked so much outrage, they've been cancelled for being too offensive. Now look, I don't know about you guys, but for me, when something gets taken away from me, it's a natural instinct. I just want to have it back. So today, I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch every single movie that's been cancelled for being too offensive. Now you might be wondering why. To be honest, I don't really know, it's just something I do on this channel. Let's just say it's within public interest. Now, not only am I going to watch every single movie that's been cancelled, but I'm also going to decide whether they deserve to be unbanned or not. I think some movies are just too funny to stay cancelled. And if that wasn't enough, at the end of the video, I'm going to be handing out awards to some of my favourite movies from the video, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, you might be wondering, what movie are we starting with first? Well, first up, we've got This Is England. This is a film about life in England set in the 80s about a group of people called the Skinheads. To be honest, I'd have banned the film after seeing this haircut alone. So the movie is about a 12-year-old boy called Sean who ends up meeting and joining a group called the Skinheads. Now they might look weird, but overall they are wholesome as fuck. Well, that was until a guy called Combo returned. You see, Combo had been in prison, but he'd just been released, so he'd come back and join the group again. Now this would have been good news if Combo wasn't a racist.
Alright, now run on, because Mummy's cooking curry. Go on.
The film ended with Combo beating one of the Skinheads because he was black and putting him in hospital. Overall, the film was decent. It did a good job at showing what life in England in the 80s was like, but to be honest, the ending was awful. Sean just joined the Skinheads to make some friends and the movie just went on a tangent from there. I really hate films with shitty endings. This is England, you remain banned. Now next up, we have a film called The Dictator, which is about a guy who risks his life to make sure democracy never comes to his country. Overall, the film was really funny. Aladdin came to America to speak to the United Nations and tell them that democracy will never come to his country. That was until he was kidnapped and replaced by a stunt double. He then has to sneak back into the UN Nations meeting so he can actually speak to them. And how does he do this? Well, he meets a woman. But this isn't any type of woman. This is a feminist. Now, where Aladdin is from, there are no feminists, so this was a big problem for him. But yeah, it made for a funny film. I really enjoyed it. In the end, he does manage to sneak back into the meeting, but because of his new profound love for the feminists, he actually does want democracy in his country. Well, sorta. Politics is always rigged. I felt like this film had the perfect balance of offensive humour and a good plot. The ending actually made sense as Aladdin became a better person, and for that reason, The Dictator, you are unbanned. Now next up on my list is South Park. Now I'm gonna be honest, I've never watched South Park before, but I've only ever heard good things, so I was looking forward to it. That was until I watched 30 minutes of it, got bored out of my fucking mind and turned it off. When I tried to watch it, it was just so boring and the high-pitched voices were just really giving me a headache. Don't get me wrong, it was kind of funny, but it just felt like a worse version of Family Guy. Now I know some of you guys aren't gonna be happy about this, but South Park, you're staying banned. Now we have The Four Lions, which is a story about four friends who want to become terrorists. I know it sounds fucked. Okay, not gonna lie, that might have been the most offensive film I've watched in my life. Like I said, the film is about four friends who want to become jihad soldiers, but they end up killing themselves and other jihad soldiers. The whole movie's a mess, so they end up planning a terrorist attack or something. Yeah, the movie is full of dark humor and graphic scenes, but at least we got this meme from it.
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a wild and exciting. Everybody's dancing.
I'm sorry though, it's not enough. Four Lions, you're staying banned. Now I've watched Borat 1 in another video, so I was super excited to have Borat 2 next on our list. If you haven't heard of Borat, he's a journalist from Kazakhstan who's gone to America to make a documentary, but this time he's gone to sell his daughter. So Borat returned to America, but this time it was to give Donald Trump a gift. It was meant to be a monkey, but somehow the monkey died. Someone says the daughter ate the monkey, Someone else is saying the monkey ate itself. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. Since the monkey was no longer alive, he decided he was going to give his daughter as a gift to Donald Trump instead. So the rest of the film was about him preparing his daughter to become a president for Donald Trump. That was until COVID came in the middle of the movie, and then it was just all a bit of a mess from there. In the end, he decided against giving his daughter away, and she became a journalist just like him in Kazakhstan. Now, I really like Borat, but the second film felt super lackluster. Maybe it's because the story and the filming got interrupted by COVID, but it just felt like the story didn't make much sense. Even though I did enjoy the second movie, sometimes one is enough, and I feel like unbanning this film would harm the legacy of the OG Borat movie. Borat number 2, you remain banned. Now next up we have a personal favourite of mine, Little Britain. This is a mini-series about different people in the UK, but the twist is they're all skits played by the same 2 actors. Now I used to love this kid's show. I remember staying up late at night so I could watch it. I've got so many good memories of watching this as a kid and just laughing. Such a shame it's cancelled. Anyways, some of my favourite characters were Andy and Lou, which was a disabled guy and his carer. But the twist is the disabled guy wasn't actually disabled and he was just trolling the carer. Look, I know it sounds stupid, but trust me, you've got to watch it to understand. To be honest, looking back at it, I can kind of imagine how this got cancelled now. But I'm sorry to everyone who's offended, this show is so nostalgic, so I'm going to vote unban. Next up we have Sausage Party. This is about food in a supermarket who try to avoid customers because, well, they don't want to get eaten, you know. Food is real, food is alive, they don't want to die. Okay, overall, really funny film. It's by the same writers as Family Guy, so you kind of know what kind of humor is going to be in there. Dark, offensive, just how we like it. The film overall is really good, but that ending scene with the hot dog and the hot dog bun was just a bit too explicit for me. Not explicit enough to be banned though. Sausage Party, you're unbanned. Next up we have another classic, Ali G in the house. Now I'm starting to realise this actor is in so many offensive films, and the worst part is he always does a good job. Anyways, Ali G is meant to be an interviewer and he interviews real life people on real life topics, but he kind of takes a piss and plays his role during it. The episode I ended up watching is when he was interviewing an FBI agent and he kept calling them FBI. Anyways, his character is funny, he's not really said anything offensive and he brings light to real life issues. Ali G, you are officially unbanned. Now finally we have Grimsby, a film about 2 brothers who save the world, but one of them is an MI5 agent and the other one a football hooligan. Very underrated film. So the 2 Grimsby brothers were separated at a young age after their parents died, but they end up meeting each other in such a weird way. A HIV charity meeting. Long story short, they travel to South Africa to chase down a criminal who's trying to end the world, and they find out he's going to the World Cup final to set off a deadly virus. They end up going to the football game, but they don't end up stopping the detonation of the virus, so they have to stop it physically. Now look, there's no way I can describe how they stop it in the video, but all I'll say is they take a seat. Anyways, the film was really good, super good plot, super good jokes. I'm going to say unbanned. Good evening ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm here to present 3 awards for the following. Now first up we have the award for the best film. This will go to the film that had the best plot and I enjoyed the most. And the winner is Ali G. I really like the concept of the show. I think a character just interviewing people, going around taking the piss, being themselves in a real life setting was just mwah. Ali G is like the founding father of skits, so we will have him to thank for that. And the whole vibe of the series was just mwah. Ali G, congrats. The second award of the night, the best side character. Now for me, in my mind, there's only one character who can win this, and the winner is the Dictator stunt double. Now I know you might be wondering, who is this? Well, this was the guy who replaced the Dictator when he got kidnapped. And the reason he's won this award is, even though he became the Dictator, he had all the money, the power, the fame, it didn't change him. He didn't let it get to him, he stayed authentic and he stayed himself. Oh, did I forget to mention, he also took a bullet for the real Dictator. So props to him, you've won this award tonight, congrats. And the final award of the night, the most offensive movie. Now in my mind, there's only one clear winner for this, and that is 4 Lions. I think the use of such dark humor and graphic scenes just made this so offensive. And I'm here for it, man. That was the whole point of the video. To be honest, I don't even know how they got away with some of the scenes. I mean, I can only imagine if someone asked for that movie to be aired today. I think if someone even suggested a similar idea in today's world, they would go straight to prison. Overall, I wasn't the biggest fan of the film, and that's why it stayed banned. But yes, that is the most offensive film of the video. So guys, I've been your host for the evening. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've watched this far into the video, you must have enjoyed it. So please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love.
Guys, please make sure you subscribe to Elite. It's very, very important. You need to subscribe right now.